Hello there and welcome back. We're going to hear the end of the story of Queen Esther and King Xerxes and Haman and Mordecai all today. And things got really busy really fast. Remember at the end of the story last night, Mordecai was honored for having saved the king's life. And he was led all the way through town wearing a fancy robe and on a big, beautiful horse. And everybody saying, "Hey, what a great guy. He saved the king's life." And Haman got really jealous because he already wanted to get rid of Mordecai and all his family. And here he had come up with the idea thinking it would be for him. And Xerxes honored Mordecai instead of honoring Haman, because Haman hadn't really done anything. Well, Esther is still trying to figure out how to save her family, because that's still going to be a problem. And this particular day, it was going to be an even bigger problem because Haman was even angrier than he ever had been at Mordecai. And he was going to take it out on everybody that was part of Mordecai's family. It's like when somebody gets angry at you and they take it out on your friends, or it's not a healthy thing. Well, let me read on. By the end of the day, Haman was very angry, but he returned to the palace for his dinner with Esther and King Xerxes. As they finished their meal, the king said, "Esther, if you ask for half of my kingdom, I'll gladly give it to you." And that's what he had asked her before when she said, "Please come to dinner." I think he might have thought this time she was going to ask him to dinner again the next night. But this time, she asked for something else. Queen Esther said to the king, "If you love me, do not harm me or my people." That was a weird sort of a thing. I mean, why would he do that? Didn't her cousin just save his life? Why would he harm her? I mean, she was the queen, he was the king. Well, the king was confused. And so he asked Esther, who would do such a thing? And that was when Esther told the king about Haman's plan. And the king was so mad, he got up and he left the room. Well, Haman knew he was in trouble. He knew he was in big trouble at that point. What would you do if you were in trouble for something you were cooking up? Maybe there's no king around, but what if, you were planning on doing something bad and your little brother or your little sister got word of it and they told your parents? Or what if you're at school and one of your friends tells a teacher about something that you're planning to do? I don't know what it was. I hope you're not planning to do something, but how would you feel? Haman was frightened. Haman was scared because he knew he did something wrong and he knew he got caught. And so he asked Esther for help. Haman asked Esther to get him out of trouble, but this just made the king even angrier. He had Haman taken away. And then the king wrote a new law to protect Esther's people. See, that's what happens a lot of the time. When somebody plans something that's going to be really, really bad and somebody gets news of it, it bounces back on them. And, you can't get away with plotting stuff. If there's somebody who's always getting in trouble and always getting other people in trouble, a lot of times Eventually, it catches up to them. Well, it caught up to Haman. But Esther knew that things were working out because God was working behind the scenes. And Queen Esther called Mordecai before her. She said to him, "Our people are safe." In the end, the king gave Haman's job to Mordecai. After all, Mordecai was the one that had shown that he was working for the king and cared about him to begin with. Haman was just working for himself. And when that happened, everyone celebrated. Esther had been very brave and very clever. She was glad that she had risked her life to save her people. And that had been their choice. We almost lost track of that. It was Esther's choice to take a risk to do what was right. And even though she might have gotten hurt, it ended up helping everybody. That's a good lesson to have. So, let's stop there, because that's the story of Esther and Xerxes and Haman and Mordecai and all of Mordecai's family. Sleep tight.